when we were in school and whenever you finished, especially after Form 6 or Form 4, it was almost impossible for you not to find a job.
Sure.
So when we finished, for example, in Form 4 in Kapsabet, managers from the tea companies in Kericho, especially for Kapsabet, they would come there to recruit
Form 6.
Form 4.
Okay, Form 4.
Management trainees.
Okay.
For tea factories. So if, for example, I had wanted to go and become a tea manager, I would have been picked up from Form 4. They would come to schools in those days and recruit. When you go to Form 6, what you normally found is the banks. The banks were much more interested in people who have finished up to Form 6. So they came and recruited us. I even myself was recruited by Barclays Bank and given a job before I even knew how to spell bank in Nakuru. I was appointed. But they wanted me to sign a letter that I will not go to university. They had given me a promise that they would take me for management trainee, banking management trainee to the UK if I met the criteria I needed to meet. And there are a lot of people I know, including my cousins and my nephews, because my nephews are like my cousins, that joined the bank and were taken to the UK and became managers in banks after Form 6. So when you then finish like Form 6, if you didn't want to go to a permanent job, to get a temporary job, what we used to call vocational job, was very common. So like in Nairobi, one of the biggest recruiter of people was Nairobi City Council. You wrote to a person or an officer called establishment officer. And one of the things, I don't know whether we had learned it from the colonial days, if you wrote a letter, even if it was a regret, they wrote back, they responded. There's no letter you wrote that people did not. They had that courtesy. There was a method of doing things. So establishment officer, you wrote to them, they said, we had about 50 people, 20 people who were taken. We are sorry, we have filled those particular position, but we have kept your letter for the next time when we are doing recruiting. And the corruption at that time was very low. I didn't need to know somebody to be employed. So when I was finishing Form 6 myself, I did quite a few jobs. Myself, I worked as a temporary teacher, teaching Swahili in Oshawa, in Eastleigh. Then TSC took me, they wanted me to become an untrained teacher, and they told me that I needed to go to Tenwek. Do you know where Tenwek is?
Yes, Bomet, right?
Yeah, Bomet.
Bomet County.
By that time, it was Kericho.
Okay.
I didn't go to Kericho, so I decided, let me stay around Nairobi. And I went and taught in not Visa Osho. It was, no, it was not Osho. It was called Guru Nanak. I was in Guru Nanak in Eastleigh. I taught in the high school. You were taken
by TSC, having not trained as a teacher?
No, I was taken now privately by the school. So that time we were staying in Kiambu. I would come on a motorbike, then ride my motorbike back to Kiambu. Because I started riding motorbikes early myself. But I taught, but I was mainly teaching Swahili.